Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just let me be blunt. My speech in the morning, nothing but grunts. With no coffee, that's as dangerous. On a scale from 1 to 10, I rank it that girl from Stranger Things. And if you get what I'm saying, my attitude be mad flagrant like I'm Draymond. But you ain't get the picture, BMP. So I'm gonna keep pushing on you, GNC. It's like, yeah, the first thing on my mind is when that hot coffee gonna seep into the coffee grind. It's like some magic's floating all in the air. Toss some ice cubes in my cup, it's a good day. All I gotta say is that it's starting in a good way. It's time for working and I don't even care. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Always start fresh, that's how it's gotta be. Everything starts back with your coffee bean. If it's cold brew, then it's gotta be coarse. Don't get the cart ahead of the horse, start learning the course. But of course you can disregard, and don't at me if it gets too hard. When it's my time to drink, man, it's always on hand. Drink from a cup or a bottle, even a can. You never know when you're craving no hit. It could be in the bathroom while you're taking a Ric Flair while singing, ain't got nothing on it. When that coffee hits my lips, it's a seance. Feeling real super with the cape on. Anything I'll take on. This cup of coffee, yeah boy, this is the shit. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Third verse, so I guess that's where I talk about how we might be addicted in a roundabout kind of way, or how you say, a dependency that's in my life, and I'm proud to say it's filling me with way more energy than I'll ever need, keeping me up for things I thought I'd never see. Time's gonna kill us all one day, whether old age, illness, or from listening to Coldplay. F that noise, while love, drink all the coffee, chug a lug. The day doesn't start till you're on your second cup. If they talk before then, homies better duck. It's 100% okay to start swinging in every single combo, unless you see I'm bringing a cup of Joe. Tell him bring some more for your bro who made that coffee song. Or tell him go home. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into the old coffee shop. We are live on Twitch, YouTube, Livespace, and Twitter. Hope the day's been going good. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone that is celebrating that. And for those single folks like myself, well, happy hump day. So, doing a little something different because it is Valentine's Day. We have Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. You wouldn't think those two would go together, would ya? But here we are. So, yeah, we're going to be kind of doing some talking to the He's coming along. So yeah, gonna be romancing some of the various killers from Dead by Daylight. Let's just jump right into new game. And I need to put a name in. Well, so yeah. All right, 8 letters max. Cool. We'll go with it. And just gonna take it a moment to load things in. So it sounds like we washed up on the beach. Is there sound? Oh yeah. I hear the birds. Ah, we need narrator voice.
You wake up on the beach, soaking wet. Salt water stinging on the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, and not where you came from, or a single fact about your life. And a mouse. What you do know is that, despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach.
Oh, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need it. I guess that's still the narrator talking to him. Oh well.
Because I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Okay, how that was. As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit. A stream of dirt, bile, bugs, worms, and other icks. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do?
Choices time. What should we do? Close your eyes.
You close your eyes. This must be a nightmare, right? The mantra centers you, and you're briefly able to find peace. The lapping waves go silent, and for the first time in your entire life, it feels like you're in control. When you open your eyes, there, and you're in the exact same place, except now that disgusting corpse face is smiling at you. Even the dead have a wondrous time on our island. I promise you will too. Don't worry, you're going to do just fine. We wouldn't want anyone else. Well, that was sure weird. That voice again. Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't right, but you're pretty sure you remember learning how as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft go into your foot. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls it from behind you. Ow.
Yeah, I don't have the buttons all set up for the rest of the voices. Little help, please. You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground.
Here is Electro.
Hey, Derp.
Compliments of your friendly neighborhood spider.
Derp. Derpity derp derp.
Welcome to Dead by Daylight Dating. Oh, it's existed for a couple of years. 4 gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. That's not Groot. I forget which one that is. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at this monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy ass monsters, though. What do? You toss it back. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. Well, yeah. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in Huntress's hands. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hands. You look her up and down and consider what it might be to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. Try hard much? Blech. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're in trance. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened, worried, excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Lyndon SG. You were made for this. Well, gee, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. The Trapper. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And, yeah, accidentally skipped a line there. Look, it's best to go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? The ocean? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? Oh, he wouldn't get past the first couple of screens. He'd say it's too lewd. That's the Wraith, by the way. That was Wraith. That sigh means he's done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least, not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. You might want to, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. Okay. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. This is a timed quiz and it will be very important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? Average. Just another face in the crowd, another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're quite cute myself. A chipmunk or a grizzly bear. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Let's go invisibility. Same. Although sometimes I think I already am. What was your best subject in school? Recess? Lunch? History. Important to know what came before so that we're not doomed to repeat humanity's mistake. I mean, we will anyway, but still. What's your favorite animal? Cat. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm the typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cats, and more specifically, black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. I have no idea. What's your favorite color? Blood red. Some call it the color of love. Love is just another word for pain. What's your dream job? Not working at all. Damn millennials.
Raiding party!
Slink with the raid. Had enough of squares for one day. Ow, Reed.
This is your friendly positronic
Hello, Cass.
security
Oh,
system.
Shadow
Back
Man, your
online.
issues. Oh, well then. I'll consider my issues Shadow Man, shall I?
There you go. It's the official term.
Channel 59 and a box of tissues. That's how I deal with my sexual issues.
Lovely.
You're welcome for that clip, Slink.
Oh my god, it's another gun agent! Oh dear.
I am right. The lessons you'd learn before we go, not much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. It wasn't even a choice. This other group wants you to start getting to know them. Mm-hmm. Nice. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Like Trapper. Okay. Interesting observations. Oh, And then there's Huntress. Grow up. Grow a body. Rude. What a bunch. For the first time ever, I agree with Ray. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. The Trapper has a yacht. Ow. What I want to know. He just hates fun and happiness. Right. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly, and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I think the volleyball game is done, Huntress. Where do you want to go? Ah, we get to choose. That's the yacht. What kind of monster, what kind of mind-wearing, mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? Yeah, let's give her a second to calm down. Hello? Who are these two? Claudette? Dwight? Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be feeling that later. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. View the dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survive. The interview process. Right. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that it's starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you can do is help us get off this island. Pardon me, please. Narrator. I'm gonna go back to you.
The narrator voice. Graham. Yes, something I can help you with? No. Escape? Yeah? Oh, no. You think you're mistaken. Yeah. Oh, right there. Yes, that's true, he was. But he just meant he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway. Couple of miles south of here. Has much fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter. Mostly when I agree with them. Not like that other island. So, what'll it be? Yeah.
Freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. It did seem kind of ridiculous, didn't it?
Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspiratorial tone. Mom. Now it's Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Hey, just make it please. Mm-hmm.
Really, what is with this pose for these two? I think sangria. Watch someone drink a drink like that once. They looked happy. Huntress really seemed to
Look up at the idea of kids being around and his bum to hear the agony. I'm quite glad it's just grown-ups on this island personally. Little ones should definitely not be exposed to this.
I like her. I've literally never seen him in a hat. Welsh boy, how's it going? And yeah. So long, bot.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Dad's backlog. Cass, could you throw a shout out in there for Dad's backlog? Right there.
See him over there next to his tree.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
The apologetic assassin strikes again.
You all right over there?
Yeah, I just shot the guy for like 240.
That's how Canadian assassins do it. They shoot you down, then they apologize for it.
He thinks a certain someone doth protest too much. A growing role to the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I'd imagine, based on their response. They were much more enthusiastic about drinking. Chinese because this is an island of horror villains. Also, those books were all in the public domain. Oh.
What do we say? Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or reading. What? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I can't read. A rock with a face drawn on it. Agent Stone. Until we meet again, Roxanne. Okay. Well.
Actress looks out towards the horizon and there's a moment of silence among the room. Not just anybody can pull off quality narration all the time. Take it from me. Extra skills and gives you a playful with a wink. You. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air. A devilish twinkle in her half-mask covered eye.
Oh, we got another one in the mix. The Trickster. How you doing, Tag?
Trickster? Is that a bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the one that gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking. Thanks for the raid, Fix. And I gotta catch me a piggy fellow. I wasn't ready for this. Ew. There's the raid. Just now. Another in the long line of the Dead by Daylight characters. The more recent addition. Former K-pop idol, I think it was.
Oh yeah, we're getting into spin the bottle here with the murderers. We'll all be waiting here in complete silence, trying to listen in and use our imaginations while you make out on the other side of the bar, but not watching. Like adults. Romantic, well-adjusted adults. Oh, and we get to spin first. Lovely. Pointer which rotates in clockwise direction. On the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. Let's do this. Away we go. Wow. Captain. First, oh, lordy. Okay. Okay, Huntress a second time. And I guess it's Huntress. And a little Steam trophy. Just this morning, you were waking up on a strange beach surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across a beach towel at Huntress, lust in her eyes, sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races. You can feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Huntress takes you by the hand and you sit face to face at a private section of the bar. Keep beginning. And just way, not in the sexy way she is. You're sweating in the gross way you'd sweat at the interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. Ugh, really? Alright, we'll have to take a look at that later, Rose. Dinner being served. And there are so many more interesting things to die from, he says. Arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This isn't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. You don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Of course, he refuses to sit beside the other guys. Oh yeah, Trickster's here. Surprised? Yeah, well, they don't call him expected, sir. I'm sorry, I get nervous around crowds of killers, and my whole stick gets a little flustered. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. I can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It's completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. White and Claudette directing traffic. We sit on one side, the rest of them sit opposite. Eesh. It's meat. With a specific number of special herbs and spices. Of course, they like meat. The trapper, the hunter. Yeah, you're thinking what I'm thinking. Gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? Haven't seen any pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know? And yeah. Now they're gonna fight over who gets to cut the meat. Um. Oh, here she goes again. Or even when we look at each other in the eye. Felix. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Here we go again. Target we're going to be pointing at. Press the space bar to stop the pointer while over the target to win. Okay. Away we go. Rice. Yeah, kind of got there. Oof. Just like the little mini games for doing the generators and such in Dead by Daylight. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean... Come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight are the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as if it could be if they tried to smash stuff through there. The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's one thing. So, no needing to eat. No number two. True enough. Think of the money you'd save on toilet paper. You see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. What do you want to tell them? I'm sorry. Typically a group that includes one, if not more, cannibals staring at you with meat juice dripping from their chins would be quite scary. However, right now, you're barely able to keep your head up, let alone get scared and run away. I'm a narrator, not a physician, so don't take this as medical advice, but I'm pretty sure you need to eat to stay alive. Oh, hey, me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide, narrator to the narrator, the ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. Yeah, sure, you can. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There is a difference. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were before, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Answer that, and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague, mysterious. Gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. You wake up to find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Hmm? Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feelings inside me that were all truly insignificant. The only thing it's pursuing is revenge. How could anyone believe anything else? How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness? Ah. We made right choice, I think. Mouse made me skip a line there again. This might sound a bit silly, but... Ignore it. Okay. And you know, chop chop. Now that dragon's pretty much a one-track revenge beast. No dragon, just a lot of fire. Yeah, that was a mistake. Stick to the itinerary. We're not going to blame anyone in particular. Spin the wheel time, likely. And there. Has anything here ever happened on schedule? Sounds familiar? Oh. whoa, whoa. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? Yeah, little I choose you, little Pokemans. There's a village outside the deep and ominous redwood. No child dared step foot past the threshold of thick trees and brush that separated safety from the unknown. Grown men that ventured in often would never return, and the sounds that echoed out into the village were something inhuman. The women of the town told a story to the young children, hoping that it would be enough to dissuade them from curious exploration beyond the boundaries of the village. They told of a creature that looks in the woods, half woman, half beast, singing like a siren, haunting, beautiful, her voice the last relic of her humanity. It lulls all who hear into her domain, and not precocious child, nor fierce soldier can escape once you are in her clutches. Those who've seen her say she wears a mask of hair stained with the blood of so many poor souls. The hatchet she wields has been brought down brutally on the skull of many an unsuspecting hunter. The nightmare doesn't end there, for what's a hungry beast to do in the frigid winters with nothing but hunter meat to live off of? It is said that the huntress, as the villagers called her, couldn't bring herself to kill the young girl she came across in the forest. Instead, they'd suffer an even worse fate. Longing for a child of her own, she'd bring them back to her secluded cabin to keep them safe. She'd wrap a tight cord of rope around their necks and affix them to the wall. That way, they'd be warm. That way, they'd be out of harm's way. Yeah, you gotta remember who we're talking about here. The huntress would even bring the girls presents, toys she pilfered from other bodies, masks she fashioned out of things from the cottage, and little dolls made of grass and twigs. But these toys did nothing to quell the children's fear. Within days, the girls would waste away from starvation and dehydration. All her good intentions, the huntress had never learned how to care for a human child. You see a tear creep down from underneath Huntress's mask. Suddenly, the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard fills the air. There's a brief moment of silence, and you feel the need to contribute to this stirring moment. You must be tired. Maybe we should have chose the singing. And Trister's blaring his latest song. He doesn't even wait for an answer. Rude. Come find me, baby. Yeah, no. It had Of course you liked my story. Who wouldn't? It had everything. Cute kids, dead men, a huntress. Ooh. Dip in the hot tub. Dipping in hot tubs with the huntress. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her and offer her like that. Don't forget our little talk. Just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Before you run off, I wanted to make something clear. You know that half woman, half beast I was talking about in my story? That's me. I'm her. Yeah. Now you're just being a suck up. Hmm. Sub, right now the storyline's got us with Huntress in the hot tub. That's just where it went. And of course, Dwight and Claudette here showing up at the worst times. Little snack. I'm sure that wasn't a reference to actually eating you. What's been happening today, sub? Anything exciting or just work being work? Okay. Sounds like a busy day of it. There's a mini game to this. Turn it off. Well, essential oils and steam my pores. Even the dead like to relax. We got a comb. Ah, yes. If it's the last thing I do. Ow. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky, but by now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. This one is still undeniably odd. The human body is made up of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everyone knows that, even amnesiac video game protagonists. Fourth wall breaking much? Well, guess what? Drink as much as you'd like, you'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. And we wake up and Trapper sitting beside us sketching a portrait. Okay? They're not like him, who is obviously completely honest and trustworthy. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my... never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share 2 things with you. 1. I do not take rejection well. 2. The first thing is very important to remember. One of his traps. What else would he be doing? He's the trapper. Come on. Yeah, I don't want to know. No. Just keep that into your dirty, perverted little mind. Now blame your dirty, perverted mind. They wouldn't know a good time if I bit them on the ass. Well, some would like that, I suppose. I mean that literally. And if I don't pick you, remember what I said earlier, or it might be the last thing you ever forget. Just try not to roll over to the 15 feet to your left. Right then. Derp thinks dirty thoughts. Finally alone, for real this time. Maybe you drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. The next day... Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, geez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to camera. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say... Oh, I do? Okay. Attractive, mysterious. I don't really know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my sarafan. That being said, the other 3 should make sure to be on their guard. Well, I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all time, major buzzkill, and... Trapper. Ugh. Where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Yeesh. I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. And yeah, I'm not doing voice for him. Great. If I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that used me and threw me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. You survived your first day. As far as accomplishments go, well, you open your eyes, the sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky. That looks like a lot of clouds over there. And you feel great, totally well rested. How you doing now, Tazzy? You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire, but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. Well, that's good, Tezzy. Now you get to relax. You're one to talk there, fellow weirdo. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? And talk about sexy, here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Well, at least Trickster's got the start of the day right. Alright. What do you put in it? I'm not sure about the skull on the steam coming off it, but... budgeting issues, so he won't be a bigger part of it. Mm-hmm. Ask him how to reach the island. Now's the time. Never mind. He left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can all have a good time, good morning. That was not coffee. I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the type of place you give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to. Not an eternal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Lord. Do we do that through Trivago? Just trust me, I'm looking out for you, so can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? Oh, so that's what happened. This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me and become their watery grave. Third. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 of 5, 10 of 10 thumbs up review if it was crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. He's right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. Start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, not easy to do. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. We ought to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not to be overly critical of them. Are they having a say at the overly critical people complaining about games? They always do this on the second morning. Tired, really. Yes, I'm not suspicious there's no option. You're still clicking, even right now, to see how you'll respond. Right. Yeah. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. That sounds like leaving the call center. Would you please sign this non-disparaging agreement? Yeah. Yes, I would hereby agree to participate in a verbal contract stating that I, Lyndon S.G., will never say anything negative about my stay here on this island. Excellent. And the place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games or resorts like this. And then, breakfast. Pancakes and bacon. And, who's the making bacon made out of? So much for maintaining those beach bods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powers will only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. It's like going through danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day and on a beautiful and mysterious island. Looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now, Huntress steps up. I'm, how open-minded. That surely must be it. No one else would weirdly stand up during breakfast to... And just like that, here comes Spirit. I haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familial revenge thing. And last night was no different, so in that case it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to quietly resenting being trapped here with you all while looking cute doing so. And Wraith's had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. Good luck. Awkward. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? Yeah. Damn, what a power play. Keep them wanting more. You're getting good at this game. Sexy true to life experience. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. And it being Pancake Tuesday, too. Before you get to the hot tub, something catches your attention. Guessing. It's only okay in so much that it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing as how I'm not real and all. Yeah. From behind the pool shed. Okay, that doesn't sound suggestive, does it? Right. This is uncomfortable. I swear I had no idea that these two even do whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Fun. You think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I've come to believe that the key is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from. And I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense? And you don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. Oh, she is rude. Both a tragedy and a comedy. A Cragmedy. That doesn't sound right at all. Where were we? Ah, yeah. Hot tub. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up sun in a heated pool. Today, you're on a date with you. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? No. Weird. And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Rapster. Spiky tipped, like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree at all. It's Trickster. Ah, no one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. So just eat food for between those 4 hours. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, gods, no. No, no. A blow-up bat, threatening but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that that guy is gone, we've got some ground rules established, and we're definitely going to abide by. Time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and... Nope. Another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Ah, yes, Huntress. That makes sense. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place that's quiet and out of the way. No one will be able to hear us there. Pack a picnic, swimsuit, pocket knife. Of course, you're washed up on this island with nothing but the clothes on your back, so you've got nothing to gather. Ugh. Just in time on that one. Are you really ready for this? I mean, they call her the Huntress, not the Hugstress. You look up at this towering goddess trying to form a sentence when suddenly, before you can decide if you want to go off with her, the spirit interjects. You really think you're going to have fun with her? All the running and wrestling. Not like in the clever double entendre way, but actual physical wrestling. I'm exhausted just describing, thinking about it. Listen, you're kind of weird, and I'm kind of weird, and like, I don't know. I thought maybe you'd want to sit and ignore the whole world together for a while, yeah? Tough choice.
We're gonna have some laughs.
Evening, Hatter. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today, and and also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers. But you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were all poisoned all along. Sorry, Islands got me tilted. It's definitely different, Hatter. But who will it be? Choices. Spirit or Huntress? Well... Well, so far both of them have been kind of nice, but... So... Let me see about maybe I'll set up a poll for folks to vote on. Find my... Alright, poll's gonna run for 1 minute. There we go. It is running now. Spirit or Huntress? Who do we go with? PC needs an update. You should have been able to do updates on your own there, Hatter, with whenever Microsoft needs them. Or pushes them. And... time's almost up on the poll. And 2 votes for Spirit. All right. We shall go with Spirit. You've made the correct decision, but know this. Just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm going to slobber all over you like a dog, understand? Well, of course. You've still got a lot to prove with me. I still want to believe that our connection is real, but I've been hurt before. Literally. With a katana. A few of the usual crowd here, and there's a few still hanging about from Slink's raid earlier. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Yeah. Got it. Before you ask Claudette and Dwight to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it is too late to change your answer now. Rose match. Revenge never looked as cute as it does in a two-piece bikini. We arrive at the coast overlooking the Black Lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. You look Spirit up and down and notice she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. Noticing a theme. Is black your favorite color? Isn't really a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like a black hole. Place that swallows light. A dying star. Damn, that's dark. Confident that Spirit will vibe with this, but Spirit doesn't really care for science fiction. Not the type with spaceships and lasers, anyhow. She's much more into the type of strange adventures that kick off right here on Earth. Earth. Is that where we are? You wonder. Lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. Apart from the red, well, yeah. She does have some red on her robe there, but that's kind of fitting too, considering. Peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl, like a monster dying. Spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does that. The light and sound recede, and the two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays a towel down and pats on it gently. Clearly, she wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes some sunscreen and hands it to you. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get in a little hands-on action? What else could it be? She doesn't exactly... Forgot to bring my own when I lost my memory and fell into the ocean. Yeah. Well, we do remember she's Spirit. She doesn't need sunscreen. Did it help reaching those difficult spots? Oh my. See a hand float around your back. Sure. She's done. She takes care of herself. Floating her own hand around her back to spread it. Well, she does have that ability. Comment on the floating hands ability. Say nothing. Or ask about the shards of glass. I'm honestly thinking saying nothing might be the way to go here, but yeah. Truth is, I could pull all these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. Alright, just gotta go AFK for a moment here, guys. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Just had to tend to the heating a little bit. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me is doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it, even though it gives me strength, and must maintain control. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contorted into those vengeful poses, it really does a number on my joints. Don't judge, derp. Minigame time. Almost. Ugh. Nearly got it. Well, I suppose that the lotion made it to where it was supposed to be going eventually. Skirmery, I got that. And you weren't too incredibly wasteful. Not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there's a next time, I'm sure you'll do even better. And not likely. You look up at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case, it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. Flying Dutchman. From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens towards the shore. I promise I'm not driving. Before crashing on the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. I definitely did not drive that ship. You hear the distant shouting of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Oh, right. It does that sometimes too. Should we do something? The sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quiet again except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. But these time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbone flags, aren't the only ones drawn here today. It's Wraith. He's emerged from the palm trees behind you. Just how long was he watching? I came here for that. He points to the lighthouse. It's indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light on me. I can't avoid it through woods and walls. Nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. It's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me, those dead pirates, or that mermaid I saw washed up on shore that one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. All part of a vast conspiracy, an epic river of lies that runs beneath this island, or something. Pretty sure I figured it out. The basics anyhow. If you come with me, I can... You can get caught! Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple of buttons off of Wraith's tropical top. He takes the hint and backs away a few steps. For the quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, be that way. You'll see. Alone at last, tension broken, deathly moans quiet, and Wraith bannies back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. Not quite clear how that whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust her robe, and you get a peek at the bathing suit beneath. For someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, she put a lot of work about getting into that suit. It's got straps for days. However, you're so focused on what's happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in. Doesn't seem like they were worried they'd bump into much. We're here to make a very dramatic announcement. Well, technically, we're here to invite you back to join us back at the beach, where we'll be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard being the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? Not when 2 of them have already been, well, sacrificed. When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quietly. This isn't at all what was promised. Wait a minute. But there is a me, Rathio. I know the way. I've got a map back in my secret lair. Literally and figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. Possibly. You've got a secret lair? What? Damn it. Who said anything about a secret lair? You did. I said I've got sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair. Not by the same devs, I don't think, but yeah, they were full on board with the project. Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of the first nice day I've had in I don't know how long, because it's not even clear what year this is, but in a while. Not about to be ditched for the likes of you. Not me messing things up, like I keep trying to tell you, it's this island. To accept the difficult truth, what's happening here, well, I'm convinced that it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision, it's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. What would you even know about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing your little bell. Oof. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside me. I can't not fight, even when all I might want to do is hide. Don't you see this giant hat? It's a metaphor. If I do have a fate, my fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your phase walking routine. What do you call that? It's basically cloaking. And we all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks. You cloak, I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. No idea what they're talking about, but sure it sounds like some video game community forum thread minutia, if ever there was such a thing. Not that you know about that either. Sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are going to stop this, so it's on you. I was brought here to make this choice, so we're gonna do that now. I choose. Okay, guys, another poll here. And again, this is running for 1 minute, guys. So, make your votes.
Second game of the season. Back and a first place game. Victory!
Got 1 vote for Spirit in there right now. Well, Cass, when I had to piece things together, I just didn't bother resizing. Just pick something derp. Nice.
Why is he shaking it? Oh!
Yes. Really? A tie vote? A tie vote. So much help. Yeah. Right. Okay. Derp. Were you one of the people that voted in that poll, or no? I want somebody that did not vote in the poll to be a tiebreaker. There were only 2 people that voted, so... Shut up, Hatter. Okay, you voted Wraith. And who voted Spirit? I'm going to guess Hatter made the other vote there, but Hatter, I asked a question. Were you the other vote in the poll? All right. In that case, Tezzy, I want you to be the tiebreaker here. Do we go with Spirit? Or do we go with Wraith? And the poll was only up for a minute. Plus, if you're watching by phone, I don't think the polls work. Spirit? All right. It's my fate to land up on this island. Well, to hell with fate, really. Don't take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. All that second-guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. Oh, they do work. It was choosing which one of these two characters to go with. This is a dating sim game based on the Dead by Daylight killers. Right, so we're going to stick with Spirit, who breathes a sigh of relief. I've got enough revenging to do with without having to kill you and Wraith too. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew it was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. Then why are we back at the lighthouse? Just a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so we accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off and they come cascading through the air around the both of you. Quite some... What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical, they're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason, they are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a little deep here. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment, to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel? Empowered, frustrated, unsure. The following, yes, usually that sort of thing takes hours. Feel connected to her at this moment more than you have at any point before. You wonder, does she feel the same? Once the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors, those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, in my noble bloodline, my life has ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree? It's not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if it were installed here by someone. You watch as spirit chooses her words very carefully. As something with no respect for the balance of life and death. Sorry to interrupt. No. These two have the worst timing. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. This time we got a really good reason. And it has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Oh yeah, it's all part of the storyline. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. Just here to tell you it's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's hot. Two. That's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. We're not going to do the gag while we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here, and they're just as sexy as and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these 4 are falling for you. No, not because of your personality. It's because you just met them yesterday. However, since Trapper seems to be the biggest long shot to end up holding on to your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. Pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do. And heaven knows they won't do any better than that. If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Lamb shake, rare, salt, pepper, no sauces allowed. And serve it with 1 single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. Chili lamb shake wouldn't sound too bad. I like broccoli. Yeah. Gives me horrible gas. Oh, lovely. Oh, I don't like that. Buddy, wait till you smell what rare lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome. Oh, this is what you call TMI. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? Nothing is not an option. Wasn't really a date, more 2 people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. No one trusts anyone now, or they're all very tired. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in, undisclosed tropical paradise. Little reference to the thing. Bony appetite. Yeah. What do you mean, Bon? Almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Oh, heck. Whoever heard of bony broccoli? Linger around you, so they pick up your plate, take your dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Something big is about to happen, something that will change everything. Okay. You can go willingly or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Have cookies. Did you have a choice in how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Something needs to change. Fire is... Hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes. because of childhood drama involving fire. And everyone goes to the fire pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. Something unexpected happens. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool. Now everyone is looking at you. So, do something. Why don't you tell us a story? Oh, walk. Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You ducked out of its way. You know what that thing can do. Probably shoots lasers. Not quite. Now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or it's your nerves heating up. Goats, Wraith. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Fine, I'll tell a story. Sit down, trickster. Indeed, Hatter. Indeed. Oh, we even get mention of the rock here. It's not my favorite, but I respect your choice and will nod politely. Oh, wait, that's not much of it. Barely, yeah. What do we go with? Romance, personal, action. First one to say a choice in chat, we go with. Romance it is. Soft, gentle kind you can bring your kids to without worrying you're gonna really screw them up. Spirit. Boo. If you're confused, that's nothing. I am a ghost view. Boo, just a... You suck. Once was a newly elected Prime Minister in England. He was single, which was quite strange for a leader of his stature. Over the first few months of his tenure, he started to fall for one of his assistants, a girl from the wrong side of the tracks. She was so different from the other girls, brash and adorable with a hint of vulnerability. After the President of the United States made a move on her during one of his visits, he had her sent away. I'm sorry, did you steal this from a popular Christmas movie? Sure, it's supposed to be a romance, it's not a frickin' porn. You watch Christmas movies? Obviously, they're the only thing on TV in December. I have all the streaming subscriptions, but I really still love flipping channels. This doesn't end in revenge. I'm leaving. When do people get tortured in a warehouse? Not that kind of movie. Oh. Never plagiarize a masterpiece. Okay, so now we need to choose one of the killers here for telling a story. Wraith, Spirit, Trapper, or Huntress. Now, Huntress did do a story before, so I think we'll keep Huntress out of the equation. We'll go Trapper. Yeah, we could go Spirit. How you doing, Prophets? Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride. Well, I guess technically the fiancé. You're a little late there, Hatter. Who were madly in love could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautifully shabby chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi, by the way. So fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was not to be trusted. Fair? Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided that she would create unique floral arrangements from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding, so that they be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods, she surveyed the fiancé, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancée told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow, it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful she became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower. And every time she did, she noticed just further ahead impossibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the fiancé tripped farther and farther into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized he had been here before. Hey, Sager. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into a shadowy glen she walked and walked and walked. That day, as guests entered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rock. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are. Out there all alone. It's beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. Now, when you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more a fan of the episodic style of story. Great. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure. Yeah, I'll be working with it too when it releases, so that's only a couple of weeks away. Hey Neil, how are things? If I could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Ooh. Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. Well, damn it. Yeah, Sager, I just said, yeah, I'll be messing with it too when it releases. I've got the WrestleMania edition pre-ordered myself. God forbid my small talk get in the way of a romantic twilight moment. Huh. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. You know, we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Sager, why take time off? That makes 0 sense. You can still have your matches here while you're thinking up new character design for 2K24 and improving your own eFed. White is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She doesn't really belong here. She's a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear somebody trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? Wraith does not like fire. Understandable. What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could? Just you and me. Yeah, that's not gonna get you off. Yeah, congrats on the wedding, Sager, but yeah. Just doesn't mean you can't still pop in for a moment to there to get yourself into a match on Saturdays, you know? Like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on, or just me? For the moment. if you could, I don't know, just pick one of us. Maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, you know, some special projects we might have going. Yeah, no worries, Sager. You two of you have yourselves a great evening. Probably soon going to be wrapping up stream here too, because relax, have a little snack, and get ready for AEW. Who to head off to for an evening activity? I'm just saying, you may not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murderer's Island comes to a close. Yeah, so shoo, go. Get with her. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either, but with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, that guy. Once again, choose someone to go with. I'm gonna set up the one more poll for the night here. And we're setting this for 2 minutes to allow for phone delay. So, get voting. And let's try not to have a tie this time, shall we? And so far, right now, we've got a 3-way tie. Lord. Somebody else put a vote in there, for freak's sakes. All right, Huntress now in the lead with 2 votes. And Hatter going down into the gutter as expected. And that's 3 votes for Huntress now. Looks like she may wind up being the winner of this thing. And pizza does sound good, really. Shut up, Hatter. And the winner is Huntress, 3-1 to 1. Huntress it is. And I don't just say that because I'm considering eating you. What have you gotten yourself into? Go over to the bar. Going to make you into something special. Make me into... That's disconcerting. And when you arrive, you find an arrangement of arts and craft supplies. Okay. And are those taxidermy tools? Are you freaking out? I'm not freaking out. You wonder what's going through Huntress's head. Though she's bubbly and enthusiastic, you're always terrified she might snap. Drink this. Huntress hands you a seemingly normal tropical cocktail. If one were to drug you into some sort of state in which you could be operated on, these flavors would certainly hide the poison. Yeah. You look around and consider what else there is to live for besides becoming Huntress's little toy. And the conclusion is... bombs away. Pound down the drink. It's quite nice. I've been thinking about making you a present, a mask. Would you be into that? Of course, I've always admired yours. What would you like? All right. Hold time yet again. New poll. So she's gonna supposedly make a mask for us. Rabbit. Anglerfish. Or a fluffy cat mask. And again, this vote's going to be 2 minutes long. It's a lie, Hatter. I've told you this. We've got 2 votes for Rabbit, which, yeah, I can see that being a good choice considering he wears Rabbit. 1 for Fluffy Cat. Meow. And there's just about 1 minute left on the voting. But 20 minutes too late for what though, Hatter? And a 3rd vote came in for a Rabbit. And the poll goes to Rabbit. All right. One just like yours, please. Well, that's not very creative, is it? Huntress is annoyed, but then her face lights up. Or wait, is this brilliant? We can use this as a tactical advantage. Like there's two of us. We can attack from both sides. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Well, I know what I'm going to be working on tonight. All alone in my skimpy pajamas. Huntress winks at you. Should we just like get out of here? Oh, heck. Something less deadly than throwing axes or chasing survivors? Maybe. Just a thought. Or making matching gloves? Make a different type of making our victims die fast, medium, or slow death, depending on the mood we're in. Another round of Be Careful What You Wish For on Murderer's Island. Do I help? Doing something in a different place entirely. You read my mind. Meet you there. Mushrooms. She's familiar with the ones that are good to eat and ones that'll kill ya. Alright. They say it sounds easy enough because one... I have a feeling this is a trick question. And that this one's probably actually the edible. Don't judge just by looks. Point at the one that won't result in almost instant death if you eat it. This just kind of looks like a shiitake to me. Well. Oh, we got 2 out of 3. Mm-hmm. No pumpkin. Yeah. All together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. Because it was... Oh, I've been here a lot longer than that, actually. Do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Oh, the basket, the psychotic bunny girl. Yeah. Pick your dream date and see who choose. Oh, lordy. In no particular order, which is... Without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event, and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Sometimes you just gotta say it. Final warning, pick me and be punished. And rewarded? Oral will suck. Probably. An easy guy to get along with. I know that. I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. Okay? If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Alright. Wraith. Wraith considers this for a long moment. Too long. Tomorrow we have to find my bell. And I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. Okay. Spheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. What was that? Nothing. Hunting for treasure. Yeah. It's clear you're gonna pick me. Spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew. That's it. That's just how she's drawn. And yeah, there's that. And yeah, he does mean Claudette over there. You two forget to mention something. One more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Wait. Signs were there, we just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderer's Island. Now time to eliminate one of the killers. That's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be? Why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? Because it's in the script? Totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable. Just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Oh, Lord. Right. Well, I was planning on keeping both Huntress and Spirit in the mix. But he keeps hinting about a way off this island. So... Trapper. He lays down the metal bear traps around the course and whatnot. In the actual Dead by Daylight. Yeah. Yeah. Grabber, you scare the living shit out of me. You're eliminated. Fair. I don't care. You suck. You're boring me, you personality-free maggot. It wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which is I was totally going to do tomorrow the first chance I got. So really, this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you though. Out of principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open and have fun on your date tomorrow. Yeah. They'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Lyndon SG when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending our eliminated player home with a trickster body pillow. The next best thing to the real trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try to stab you. How do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right, it's Dwight tested. Ugh. Claudette approved. Knowing what you'll do tomorrow. Right. I am thinking we may just leave it right there. Because it is getting to about 8:30. I am going to save game though. Because I might come back to this over the weekend, to be honest, just for the sake of seeing where things go. And let's quit out. Thanks again, everybody that came into stream tonight. Thanks especially going to Slinkenage and Phoenix Fire Fries for the raids. Been a good night. So tomorrow I do have a couple of streams planned again. 11 a.m. Eastern Time has been pretty much the norm here of late. Going to be over on TikTok doing the Fortnite solos. Then 4 p.m. Eastern, be right back here, Twitch, Livespace, YouTube, Twitter. And I've got a promo actually happening for the remaster of Tomb Raiders 1 through 3. I'll read what was said in out of my gaming news feeds, I think, Derp. Yeah, I received a code for them, so we'll give that a look. Thanks again, everybody that came in. Let me just quickly shut down this laptop. And they do have a I'll probably be playing the upscaled versions of the games, or at least through the first game. Meantime, let's have a look through the list if anyone jumps out at me for doing a raid. And I'll be honest, nobody really does. So I think we're just going to call it a night. We will hopefully see you all tomorrow. And again, let me just remind folks, if you do TikTok, throw me a follow on there. We got just over the 400 follows today. And so getting on up there to be able to not need this trial software, you know? Yeah, no, I think I'll just call it a night there, Cass, without raiding out. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Till next time, the coffee shop's closed, and the motto, as always, death before decaf. Have a great night, all.